Good morning, everybody. Yesterday, we recruited one more person to our Paladin team. We've made a lot of money confiscating the goods of the thieves that we purged from the hub. And now we're looking at heading up to Narco's Trap once we get Benji Button geared up. We just want to get him some good equipment, or at least what we can before we go. And we're going to recruit this holy bandit once he's ready to talk, which it looks like he is. We're up to crafting Katoon 1 Paladin's Crosses. The crafting's coming along pretty nicely. Blister Hill, the guy working on our armor, is Zill. He is not quite there yet. He's at 65. We kind of don't want to bother wasting the resources to make armor that we're just going to replace later. For now, the starter gear we have will work for our new recruits, and once he gets to 90, 95, and has the ability to make masterwork gear, that's when we'll start actually crafting with him and keeping him crafting. And eventually we'll get to chainmail, I think, but it's going to be a long time before we start producing that stuff. We did run into some trouble trying to make purchases with Marissa, so we may have to hire someone else to be our gopher up there. It's random when they decide to freak out about women being there. Although, you know what it probably was, is that it was nighttime. I bet she'll be fine if I don't take her out during the nighttime. But that's kind of the thought process. We went ahead and crafted weapons because we're already at our limit for what we can do without using ancient science books. What we plan on confirming is whether or not it's legitimate for us to use them anyway just to craft weapons. The ancient science books are outlawed, even though engineering research isn't. But if they are actually just worried about the common folk having access to this, but have no problem with the paladins seeing it, then that will kind of excuse us using it, at least for making weapons. So that's kind of what we're looking at. We're going to head up to Narco's Trap, see if they give us access, because from what I understand, because we have such a high reputation in the Holy Nation, they're actually not going to mind if we go into Narco's Trap. So if they'll let us go in there, we're going to do it. We're going to sell stuff before we bother trying to stack up food. People keep giving us stuff too because we're such a high ranking paladin. If we're injured or have any injuries at all, they'll hand us a med kit. We have a lot of loot from bandits as well to sell, a lot of teeth. We definitely beat the brakes off of them. We're going to hold on to the backpacks. They're going to be incredibly useful to have for our new recruits. And then our newest recruit just needs some armor. We'd like to get him standard grade if possible. It looks like we're going to have to head up to Blister Hill or Bad Teeth and see what else they have for him. But we'll grab some food and then make our way over there. Make sure he has a backpack and at least a med kit. Does everyone have one now? Not everyone has a splint kit, but everyone has a med kit, which is the most important. We still got our seals, these little dark squares. We don't really need those sandals. We'll probably ditch those. Ditch the extra med kits for now. And we can head out. We can check Bad Teeth. We're heading all the way over here anyway, so we'll check Bad Teeth and Blister Hill to see what kind of armor we can get him. He's going to be a fresh recruit too, so the odds of him just getting his butt kicked are pretty good, sadly. I wouldn't mind finding some kind of leg armor we can use that isn't the samurai armor. The trips are going to take a little longer with us having newer recruits, and we're all encumbered to some point. Looks like we got some pretty bad wounds on Vashu, though. We may, if he goes down again, we may have to take a break and rest. It won't take long, though. I love the fast healing beds mod. How did we lose somebody? Darn it. Orson, let's go. You're gonna get hurt. You can't be caught out here alone. It looks like these paladins are in trouble. This is gonna be a spooky fight for us, but we wouldn't just abandon them. I didn't realize it was paladins at first. We'll come and help them, see if we can heal them up. So my AI is automatically set to heal and help any allies we have. So as long as we're actually allied with them, they'll help them. Let's get these wolves to stop coming, stop attacking. Where is everybody going, though? Oh, it looks like there's a big fight. Ton of wolves. Holy cow. So there are actually a big pile of wolves over here. We actually can go recruit this guy. Oh, maybe not. Can we recruit him? We may not be able to recruit the ones led by Inquisitors. Bummer. That would be devious. Oh, we don't seem to be able to recruit. Oh, there we go. Perfect. We'll go talk to him. Always good to have some extra paladins around when you're going somewhere dangerous. It seems like there's a lot of wolves, so we don't want to have we don't want to deal with the death that can happen if we get caught out by a bunch of wolves. And it looks like they're spawning like crazy. We made it in time to check the armor shop, which is nice. I have a bunch of garbage to sell you, dude. I don't even want this meat. We're not even going to carry that around. Ooh, I don't want to sell you my cooked food though. Okay, they do have some helmets. They all suck though. Your guys' gear sucks. Why are you doing me like this? I guess we are heading to Blister Hill and hoping they have good stuff. So the gist of it is, according to lore and the wiki, if you're high enough reputation, the Holy Nation will allow you to go into Narcos Trap. If they're gonna let us go in without any issues, then we're not going to hesitate to use those ancient science books just to make better weapons. That's the only thing we're going to do is get the pieces we need to craft really good weapons, whether they're legal or not. And even then, I'm not sure, because if it's locked, I'm not going to take the risk of unlocking it, and it's probably going to be locked. So we'll have to see if we're allowed to unlock it or not. So we may just be stuck with very basic weapons. We may not even bother continuing to craft. Speaking of not bothering, he's out of iron plates, dang it. It's hard to keep your crafters working the entire time when you gotta constantly buy stuff, but we'll get him caught up. Just have to wait for morning time. We're not really up for hiring more women that can randomly get in trouble right now, sadly. We might need to start a base just so we can really get some recruiting going. At least Zill's armor crafting is coming along really well. We'll be able to have some very good armor soon. Yeah, there's always so many females that you can recruit because they just would rather do anything but be nothing but a wife. They kind of decided they don't like it in the Holy Nation or don't want to just sit around doing nothing. Who are they fighting with? More wolves? Really? That's crazy. I guess we'll go ahead and get him a high grade helmet. All this equipment sucks. It's kind of rough just how bad everything is. Oh well. We've got him at least equipped in the basic stuff. He's still wearing, doesn't have any actual pants armor, but we'll fix that soon. Zill sitting at 68. That's not bad. Now we head on over to Narco's Trap and see what we get. They really hate these raptors. They'll attack them on sight no matter what. Even our escort guys are going to leave us just to go fight random raptors. At this point, we're just trying to get the travel over with. I think we're going to get the bad news and we're not going to be able to go in there. If it tells me I can unlock it like a normal door instead of lock pick it, we'll go for it. But it's still questionable if we should do this or not. I'm a little torn. I just find it strange that a lot of these paladins have way better weapons than what is really available for us to craft. And I'd rather not get into the business of trying to find someone actually selling a good Paladin's Cross, and we could never buy from the skeletons. So it's literally just going to be Mark III at best, if the Katoon Scrapmasters happen to have the weapons we want for once. We are getting our stats up pretty quickly. Righteousty and Vashu especially have really come up, gotten a lot of experience. Let's see if we can put it to the test. There's a lot of bandits this time around, though. It still looks like we're kind of taking this fight. It's hard to tell with the UI off, but it looks so much better. Oh, that reminds me. I don't want this guy to starve to death. We gotta change the name. Oh, it's female? Oh no. We're gonna name you Freebird and set you free. Sorry, but we just can't be doing all that. Feel free to leave. I know it's kind of weird, but we really can't have any more females running around with us. They're so hard to manage and keep safe, and just remember to not send them out at night at all. They're just not going to work for what we're trying to do. It's like Sergal went down before Benji Button did. That's crazy. We'll leave that guy alone for now and medic up. Make sure these guys don't get back up. Holy cow. Yeah, that's a group of bandits we don't really want to screw with. They're attacking Dusty Boys anyway. We're going to let them do that. That's just too many. We'd have no hope of beating them, and there's a chance we'd get beat down and then scooped up by slavers or something. We definitely want to get rid of all of these bandits, but there's got to be some pacing to it. We got to have patience. We're not there yet to take on a group of bandits that big. Everybody's actually awake, so we can get splint injuries set as a job for everyone. I wish that was something you could always set, but it's not. We're nearly to our goal, though. We never got around to getting to Narco's Trap yesterday. And then the next thing's going to be making a base once we have enough recruits. We would have to pick the lock, I think. Why are we being attacked? Oh, because you're not on passive. Dude, let the paladins handle that. Oh my goodness. So having you set to help allies is kind of rough when you live with your allies. Alright, we are going to stop. It said committing crime, but none of the paladins were saying anything. Hold on, let's choose open. Yeah, they don't care. They don't care that we opened it. Wow, okay. That's interesting. We're pretty injured, though. We're not gonna go. Is there somewhere we can rest? Can we rest in the barracks, guys? Will you let us? Yeah, if you have enough reputation, you're a paladin, you can just rest here. That's so cool. But not on this bed. Apparently there's somebody sleeping there and I just can't see him. To actually get our guys that are injured into bed. So you'll notice when the people are in the beds, they heal really fast. That is a mod. But I think that downtime is one of the worst things in Kenshi. After you've already played through it and dealt with it, it does add some difficulty. If you have to rest in the field, like in a sleeping bag, how long you have to rest for does create its own problems and challenges. But when you played 3,000 hours and you just want to get back to the fun, or especially if you're streaming, you really don't want people sitting around bored. I like the ability to quickly heal up and get back to it. I still think it's crazy they let us just come in here and lockpick this place. I guess we just smashed the gate down. Oh man, I don't know if we're gonna be good enough to handle these robots. Spiders are a terrifying enemy. Hopefully, surrounding it will make a difference. Oh my god, Soto's already on the ground. Wow. We were able to take it down, but my goodness, we got our butts kicked before we did. Now I'm going to tell them to wait here. Okay, it looks like there's no more. Somebody pick up Solo. Vashu, get in here. Get out of the acid at least. There's another robot spider. Oh boy. I don't know if we want to try and take that on right now. I guess this is what we've got to do. We were given permission to be here, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be easy. Is that the last spider? Okay, that's not too bad. Let's see what we have here. There's the Forbidden Ancient Science books. We're gonna have to have somebody with a backpack take them. We'll let Soto do it. Soto, do you have tools? We'll give you the tools. So it looks like with rank comes privilege, that would make a lot of sense that because we're paladins, we can kind of get away with doing what we want and using this forbidden technology. Although I strongly doubt we can flaunt it publicly. We're going to have to keep it a secret that we're using it. It's just easier to use tools and then break it open. It stinks that that noise keeps playing. It somehow must have bugged and continued to play. I'm not getting burnt by acid, am I? Okay. Alright, we got more splint kits. That's awesome. What level bench is this? 6? The bench has power. No way. The bench in Narco's Trap has power. We can use it. And it's level 6. That would be the perfect way to do this. We're allowed access in here to do our research. We keep it out of the public eye, and it's only because we have the privilege of being paladins. That's epic. I had no idea that was a thing. That you could just come here and use the science bench. I'm going to abuse that. Oh my goodness. We are still going to refrain as good paladins from going too crazy with it. We are only going to use the science to learn to make the weapons we need. We're not going to use it for anything else beyond. So we're only going to have regular defensive walls, I think. I don't think we'll have even a little bit of advanced walls for our place that we build. If we do build, we may not even need to. You know, if we're able to craft in town, we don't have to have the science bench. We'll just make an advanced weapons crafting bench. We can collect science material from other places and bring it here. This is amazing. And we're allowed to use electrical components. We're just not allowed to craft them. So we'll be purchasing those. That's so cool. I can't believe I discovered something new. I come to Narcos Trap all the time because it's one of the easiest places to get science from. With there only being 2 spiders, you can usually just rob the place with a sneaky guy. It presented a problem for us because we're not sneaking, but I never imagined that the science bench would just be operable. We'll go ahead and let him try to lockpick. Because if we can get his lockpicking up, it'll still be good in case we ever get caught without tools or mess up and actually break a set. I can't believe that the science benches here work. That blows me away. This is going to take a second to pick this lock, but this is going to be worth it. There we go. Oh no, I want Soto to take a look. There we go. Can he even work on the others? No. Okay, let's give as many people as possible tools. Some to you, some to you. Some to you. That noise is awful. I'm gonna save and reload once we're done looting just to get that noise to go away. Kenshi be bugging sometimes. Ooh, ooh. Okay. I just slowed it down a little bit this time so we don't have to worry about accidentally going over. I am going to make sure Soto is carrying like all of the science. So we'll make some room in his pack. That way I don't accidentally walk out of here with some. That would be like the nightmare scenario. These are not illegal, but a lot of this other stuff is. Oh, it doesn't count the artifacts as being ours. Darn it. Okay, so I'm gonna have to figure out something else. We can use the bench, but we have to get the artifacts to a bench we actually made. Okay, so we could build a small shack fairly close, move everything over there. We'll just have to hope that loot doesn't disappear. I also wonder if there's a mod. We'll go ahead and save and reload while I think about this. I wonder if there's a mod that will let me use the science benches. Because that would just make the most sense. That it's a privilege of the paladins that we get to use it. Because I want to figure out if I can use the research bench. Looks like they mostly have small research benches. So I'm not immediately finding something. We won't play around with that too much. It looks like the main thing I'm going to have to do is build a shack, throw a research bench of some kind in there, and see if that works. So we need building materials. I don't think we're going to get that here. No. Alright, we will head back to Blister Hill, grab some building materials, and we will get Brecht back to work. So horse. Come in here. Do that. Sell. Move the camera. Click on that. There we go. Directly in. And we know he's going to make more, so we're just going to sell off as much as we can to make room. We're not going to have any trouble making Katoon, and realistically, we are hoping we're going to be making much better quality than that. Then we'll have to check on our Blister Hill Smith and make sure he's still working hard too. Okay. Double check on these guys. Anytime you have your characters running around, you want to double check on them, make sure they're okay. You don't want to leave them unattended too much just walking. We're at least headed to Blister Hill, so we don't have that far. Oh, you never bothered to heal yourself. That's amazing. What a genius. Well, it is not nighttime, so maybe we can get away with purchasing things. Looking to trade. Yes, I am. Oh, looks like we have all the stuff we need. Okay, move that. Move the camera. Zill, what are you doing? You go back inside so I can see stuff. So it was move that, move the camera, click that, click this again, sell. Bam, we got it. Okay. I'm going to have to write these steps down. Oh gosh, that's so good. Every now and then I forget, and then I have to try and relearn it. It's obnoxious. Where's he going? I think. Oh, he's going to bed. Okay, that's fine. Crazy dude. Move that. Move the camera. Walk in here. Maybe that'll work. Click that. Click that. And it didn't work. Okay. We'll quit fiddling with that for now. We've sold enough of them to make room. Ever thought of joining the priesthood? Well, if you'd actually talk to me about it, he might. There's every possibility. We could use a priest among our brothers. Gotta make sure their jobs are off. We're gonna hold on to the electrical components for later and the regular science books. So we're gonna need building materials, and we'll need some iron plates. Oh, I'm glad that wasn't contraband. Skeleton muscles are allowed, okay. That should be enough to do a research bench 2. Hopefully that counts. What are they doing? Okay, somebody fix him up. Paladins, go fix him up. No? Nobody? Okay. Maybe they don't have a good enough skill to fix him up. That's not what I want. I need a bed for him. Guys, help her put the bed together. Come on now. Alright, this will let Zill get some rest. Now we need to buy more building materials, though. We're going to have to figure out where that thief fence is hanging out at. We're not going to start a fight here, though. Not at the moment, anyway. Alright, hopefully that's enough material to build what we need to build. Once Zill heals up from his ridiculous wound that never got better, we'll get back to crafting. Luckily, everyone who joins us is considered a holy one and they get handed free bandage kits. So he's got plenty of them now. So this is the other reason it kind of doesn't matter much to hire the paladins after a while, especially around here. We're going to end up not able to actually keep them with us. They're going to go run off to fight raptors and wolves constantly. When we're traveling more in the border zone, it can be really useful, but it won't help us much here. We just have to hope all that loot didn't despawn from being in that bench, and then that our little shack trick will work. If it doesn't, then I'll figure out something. They at least did allow us access without any issues. And if I check the faction, the Holy Nation was still at a perfect 100. They did not care that we went in there. So my idea is that we build a small shack out here in the middle of nowhere that at least belongs to us. We put a workbench in there, and from the level 6 bench, try to research the larger materials, the better weapons, and see how that goes. Let's get Zill back to work. Nice. Okay. Where can we build? Stormhouse requires 16 building materials. Yeah, looks like we got enough. Perfect. Storage, no, building, stormhouse. Unfortunately, we don't have any armor that'll suit us that we can use to protect us from acid. I'm not sure how I want to approach that for some of the end game. We may have to look at changing up what equipment we use, see what acid protection armor we can get that still looks holy. Alright, so we got that built. Now we want the tech. We'll do tech 2. Because this either works or it doesn't. If it won't pull it from another bench, we're hosed. Soto, your leg's injured. Who doesn't have a leg injury? Sergal, you're the least injured and you have the least amount of stuff in your inventory. You go up there. Bring us all that stuff. And don't get caught with it. Some of these guys aren't full paladins. They may not understand. We didn't miss anything, did we? No. We combed over this pretty well. Oh, God. What in the world? Hold on, Sergal. We almost had to fight another robot spider. Let's get everybody inside. So that gave us advanced weaponsmithing. And it looks like our science guy back home is able to do the research. No more options appeared, so we'll try tech level 4. It sucks having a robot spider just patrolling right by our new science shack, but we'll make it. Oh, people are running out of food? Did some of you guys dump your food? You goobers, they did because, yeah. They should be borrowing it from him, though. Okay, so now the question is, can we activate it from that level 6 bench with the materials in our shack? We have a research bench level 4. Why? I mean, we're at a research bench level 6, right? Okay. I'm kind of confused what just happened. Advanced weapon grades. So is it using those or what? I'm really not sure what's going on, if that's working or not. We're trying to pull some straight up shenanigans here. Hopefully we'll be able to get this going. I've only got 4 more iron plates. Oh, man. Okay. We'll put all the ancient science in there. We'll leave the iron plates here. And the building materials, because why not? Goodness. Alright, map. We just got a map to an Ashland dome. Interesting. Now we're going to load up on straight up iron plates. Brecht is still working. Zill is aimless. Are you out of room already? Yep. Turn off your jobs. Turn off those jobs. Alright, so it was move this, move the camera, click this, move this cell. And it's not working. Oh goodness, there's gotta be something I'm doing wrong. Move this, move the camera, click sell. Maybe it's sell and not move this again until you've sold. We'll call it that. That was what was wrong. Yeah. I'm not losing my mind trying to get this stuff to sell directly to him. Everything's fine. A sell all button would be sweet too. That's something Kenshi's gonna Hopefully have Kenshi 2 will have a sell all button. That would be amazing. But now our bandanas are making us a fortune. We don't have to worry about money at all. Everybody working hard needs a good bandana, right? This is the only unfun thing about crafting. You've got to ditch all the junk you craft while you're leveling it. I wish there was an automatic way to sell stuff that actually worked. Like the shop counter won't work for this, and they're too expensive. I am working on a concept though for my next playthrough, since I have the mod that lets me buy any building. Whoa, guys, this is private. Sir, get out. But since I can buy any building, I'm gonna set up a shop in the Flats Lagoon on a very different playthrough and sell the usual product you would sell there, but actually make it in Flats Lagoon so that we don't have to deal with risky business. Okay. And then our paladins need iron plates through the wazoo. They don't need repair kits though. And we'll sell off the electronics for now. They're just taking up space. Hopefully we'll be able to keep this little bench going and not have to mess it up too much. It's kind of sus the way we're doing it, but you gotta do what you gotta do. This will just let us get the this will let us get the weaponsmithing we really need to even have any chance of working into the end game. I mean, this weapon has less than half the damage of a well-crafted edge 2. So there's just no way we could possibly get by with that, I think. And we're supposed to be the hands of the Phoenix himself. We're not going to use any of this technology. He just doesn't trust the average commoner with this information. And we're not going to use it to build any kind of robotics. It is good seeing his smithing coming up that fast. Looks like Brecht is back to not working. Alright, pull that, move this. It's okay, so turn jobs off. Trade, move that. Move the camera. Click, sell, and there it goes. Bingo bango. We're going to pause the game so we don't run into any issues. We're basically just trying to sell him our entire inventory and then buy him out of iron plates. And now we can turn our jobs back on. No one's randomly starving anymore, right? Okay. Horse, come over here. And we can kind of buy past the limit here, just so that we can actually get this stuff purchased. And then we need to head back to our paladins. How did we lose somebody? How did we lose me? You guys left me behind. What a bunch of bums. Left the holy paladin behind, man. I could have got beaten up by these guys. Cloud ninjas? We still don't have any faction events, right? Good. We'll upgrade this twice. And for anybody that just had a panic attack, it's okay. The research that's in there, when you upgrade it, is maintained. If you have a bunch of research in a tech bench 1 and go to dismantle it, it will disappear. But this is okay. So the plan is to take this bench up to whatever we have to learn as much weapon crafting as we can, and then get rid of it once we're done with that. Advanced weapon grades, chain armor. And he's able to research it at the bench we have at home, even though it's a lower research bench, which is great. Yeah, he's doing that now. Enemy hunt? Oh man, that is the last thing we want. Hopefully they don't come inside to see what we got going on. Private, door closed and locked. They're just going to be hanging out melting. We can't let them in. This is what I was worried about, is the faction events. Shek Kingdom is coming. Oh, jeez. What a hot mess. At least being this close, we can drag them over there. It sucks that this is treated like it's a real friggin' outpost. Yeah, they're coming for us from super far away, but they're coming. Well, these guys are paladins too. Maybe we can allow them in here. They don't seem interested in coming in anyway. This is actually kind of nerve-wracking because I need to get this done. Horse, what are you doing? No, you doofus. I didn't mean for you to come. I still had him selected. I'm such a goof. I'm glad I caught that. The research stopped moving and it clued me in. Go back home, try not to die. And of course, we're getting hungry. Store. I need a storage for iron plates and building materials. And then food. We're gonna have to head to the Holy Farm and try to get some food. We don't want to try and fight enemies with on a starving stomach. They do have to run through bad teeth. I wonder if they'll even make it to us. They might just get stomped out at bad teeth, which would be incredibly convenient. Wouldn't hate that at all. Alright, we need food, brothers. Can you help us with food? Where is everybody? There you are. Oof, that is not a lot of food, man. Why don't you have more food? You suck. Dishonor on your cow, man. Why are you so out of food? Oh goodness. Yeah, they made it through. Oh my gosh. The fire alarm is on. So I'm going to pause the So I muted my microphone. We had the fire alarm go off. That would be just my luck. So we had to pause the game for a second and vacate. It was a drill, but I missed the email that we're doing a drill. And here we are. But we'll get some food, head back to our impromptu base that's being raided when we were just trying to do some sneaky beaky research. Our smiths are coming up nicely. They're in the 70s. I was hoping we'd get lucky and that Shek hunt for enemies would just, fall into a pit and go away. That would have been very convenient. We're going to make sure your jobs are turned off so you don't give your food away again. Ooh, I don't want to attack anybody. I just want food. We're going to buy some ration packs since we're in the money now. No reason to buy cheap food that doesn't last very long. Then we'll head back to our quote-unquote outpost. How are you guys doing on food? You guys still have tons of food. Excellent. Horse, how are you guys doing on food? Good. So you can't use enemy benches to load the artifacts, which kind of stinks. But it's still something I could make use of if we're able to do the research there. Let's turn his jobs off. And see what we can do as far as actually doing the research ourselves. We'll bring even more help back to our outpost. It might be resolved by the time we get there. It's funny that it ended up enemy hunt, bodyguard, okay. Enemy hunt has arrived at our outpost. It's funny that this little shack gets treated as an outpost and we're immediately attacked, just like always. Typical Kenshi business. We gotta kick this thing off. We need to stay a little towards the back here. We are not equipped to fight these nerds. Oh, we removed his horns. Oh, that's brutal. Oh, that's funny. I don't know if that's really what's going on there, but They won't let us kill them off. My mod doesn't let us finish them off, it looks like. Okay, smithing. We didn't get anything else. So we gotta go to tech level 5. And then I wanted to see if we're able to actually do the research ourselves. Let's take everyone back inside for a second. Awesome, you got a bad leg injury. No, 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 no. Oh, goodness, come on. Soto, we will have you. Oh, what is going on? What? Stupid check. We don't want the grog. That stuff's probably highly illegal. Dude, I've had enough of these Shekis causing us problems. Okay, finally. Okay, Soto, go to Narcos Trap. What an epic battle is going on over here. Oh, it's just a bunch of hungry bandits. No epic battle to be had here, sir. And we're just doing this to satisfy my curiosity on if this bench actually serves a purpose of any kind, or if it's just there to taunt me. Show research. Use. Are we getting anywhere with the research? That's the question. It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's moving exactly 0%. So those benches are useless. That's a bummer. I got so excited about that just to find out it doesn't mean anything and it doesn't do anything. That's a little bit of a bummer, but still pretty exciting that we're able to do this out here just because we're allowed at Narcos Trap. We'll let them play dead in the acid rain. Moscato, are you serious right now? My doggo's throwing a fit. A lot of our buddies are out there dead too. That sucks. I don't think they're gonna make it. Let's see what we can do here. Is anybody out there alive? You're alive. We just couldn't just sit here and watch them die. If I'd have realized there were some of them alive, I'd have helped them sooner. These guys are getting wrecked so badly. I didn't want to steal from him. Give that back. A double click about got me. Refitted blade. I wonder if the paladins actually don't have better. Maybe I'm wrong. I could have sworn the paladins had better than just refitted blades in Katoon 2. They do so much damage. He's not dead. Guys, just stay inside. I'm gonna have to use someone besides me. Soto. The Inquisitor is dead. And he uses garbage weapons. Maybe I'm off base here wanting to actually go through and use better weapons. Maybe that would be a not Holy Nation tradition. I will have to consult with the curtains and maybe if Grim or if Lindian gets on, see what they think, how legitimate it is or not. Once we get this research knocked out, though, we'll be able to get back to business as usual. Of course, you're sitting around doing nothing. Why not? Nobody's randomly starving themselves. That's always good. Alright, move that. Move the camera. Click sell. Nope, still didn't work. What in the world? Turn off jobs. Move that. Move the camera. Come on, man. Move that. Don't move the camera. Oh, whatever. Why were you aimless, dude? We are burning through the iron plates really fast. And now there's a bandit raid coming, as if we didn't have enough problems. So let's move that. Oh boy. It's too late now. We're gonna have to just abandon the base and bait them over to there. Benji, don't go falling out on me. Oh, we're almost there. Why are these bulls attacking the paladins? Why are the paladins attacking the bulls? At least our weaponsmithing should hit 90 before this afternoon. I don't want to do any off-camera stuff, but it really just depends on if we're sitting around waiting. I guess we're not going to be sitting around waiting for that. We got our science figured out. We're going to have to run into that bench every now and then run back. We'll bring the bandits over here. You would think the paladins would have some armor that makes them resist the acid. Yep, come back this way. All the way in here. If I can make it. Brothers, help me! Bob and weave. I got him to leave at least. Our research is done. We're gonna have to get rid of that base soon. It's such a tragic base. Okay, smithing, advanced weaponsmithing 2. Needs bench level 5, so we gotta upgrade this thing. We're gonna turn your jobs off. is it just not working? Sometimes it just doesn't want to work. Click that. It's just awful the way this doesn't work sometimes. You can't sell directly like that. Okay. Move that. Marissa, what are you doing? Okay, we'll turn medic off since you just want to go help people, which is nice, but we don't want you getting injured. Still not working. I'm really not sure what to make of this because we absolutely need to use this feature. Click that. Move. I don't know. Now it's working. Just have to keep fiddling with it, I guess. But now we can sell all this, make even more money. And really, we're just doing this to make room so he can keep crafting. If I could auto haul him to just trash these, I would. Absolutely would. It is crazy how much money you make pretty quickly once you start crafting bandanas. It's just something easy you can make on the clothing bench. I do have mods that affect prices, but they affect it through giving them markups. And it looks like we don't have any markups going on right now. So this is just the real price that they normally charge for these. Grab more of that. I think that's everything. Yep. Turn on jobs. Let's check in on the pal. Why would you just hang out upstairs? Come on, guys. They're trying to die. We need more ancient science books. Oh, advanced weapons 3. Advanced weapons 2. So we don't actually have enough science to do all of them. But we can leave now and come back when we've hunted down more science books. Let's hit the way station and see if we can get some recruits going. Because we need some legitimate recruits, and we're going to need to change our smiths over to smithing actual good weapons and things. We have researched a lot of smithing, so let's go to stack actually and see if we can upgrade this. We can. It doesn't seem like... Well, let's see where Paladin's Cross comes out. So Meitu is with the Holy Lord Phoenix. The Holy Weapon Shop can sell the Paladin's Cross pattern. I'm just trying to figure out if I'm wrong and that we shouldn't even be making these weapons. I thought some of the Holy Nation guys actually had good weapons. Are they going to send recruits to our outpost now? That would be funny. They start sending them out to that hellhole. That wolf's just chasing us. So it looks like the Katoon Scrap Masters make the Inquisitor's weapons. So I think that it's good enough that we could argue that using science to research specifically these weapons, as long as we don't do it in town and don't do robotics, will be okay. I think we could get that justified. Would you look at that? Fresh recruits. That's what I'm seeing. They're all humans too? Oh boy, but there's more hungry bandits coming down the lane. Maybe we can get them to attack the bandits first. Yep. We'll see how we do having to deal with this high a number of enemies. I would really like to avoid getting knocked down because then we're going to end up losing our food. As long as nobody's dying, we'll just keep fighting. Wrap it up, guys. You're not going anywhere, buddy. At least the dust bandits come with some semblance of stats. So when we recruit them, we get something out of it. And we'll just wait for Soto and Vashu to get up. It shouldn't be long. We did actually heal these guys up. Okay. Let's make sure the rest of them aren't going to get up. It's a little morbid stuffing this dude full of other people's meat. Bashu, how much longer you got? Soto, can you pick him up? Alright. Looks like we're headed home. We got our recruits we wanted. Aimless already, huh? You got iron plates. Are you out of room? No. Why aren't you doing anything? Can we upgrade? We can. Why is he aimless? Oh, you've got too much junk in the trunk. Okay. There we go. Where are you guys going? Go home. Where were they going? I don't understand why they keep going the weird long way to get to places. Dang it. Whoa. And we're getting attacked again. Vashu and Soto are down. Let's go ahead and disarm these guys. Circle. And we'll put these guys down. And get back to attacking everybody. At least we won't have to do it while holding somebody. We got 3 people down now. Sergal's still holding pretty strong. Orsum's got a really badly injured arm. I'll probably be able to take a lot of these guys if they don't get us down too quickly. Yeah, see, our bandit guys are trying to get away, which is a bummer. I don't think anyone did get away, but... And our guys are getting back up to fight again, which is great. Just more toughness for them. Let's pause for a second and get Brecht back to work. No, maybe not. It does seem like our primary character here, Righteous D, is not having a lot of trouble dealing with random bandits. The other guys are going down, but I'm able to use my weapon pretty well, it looks like. Oh, one of the bandits wasn't disarmed? We gotta start with him. He's the only one that's actually dangerous. Now we can go back here. Q, there's no upgrade. Paladin's Cross, Katoon 3? Is that the best we can do? Darn. Oh, and it's gonna cost fabrics and steel. Okay. So we actually didn't want to upgrade it yet. That was doofusy. That's a big mistake. Let's disarm that guy. We don't need a check. I thought we had only picked up humans anyway. Pick him up. We need to get everybody up and moving again. Not that one. Didn't we have another human bandit? Yep. Orsum can't do it. Can you do it? There we go. Boshu's about to get up. Sergal's got a minute. Alright, let's try and get home. Oh, for real? I hadn't looked up. Oh, goodness. Okay, this is going to be a lot worse than I thought. That wasn't one of us losing a limb, was it? Okay, that would be terrible. Just get this beating over with that we're about to take. Although it does look like I'm holding it down. And they got us eventually. We need to make sure that guy doesn't get back up. We don't want to go home completely empty-handed, guys. Who's got the better stats out of these dorks? We'll take one guy. We got one guy. And us. Our recruiting adventure here did not go as planned today. Oh boy. He's still working. We gotta get Brecht back to work. Okay, we'll turn that off. Crafting, weaponsmith. Because we're not going to want to try and have fabrics and steel right now, the way everything is. We just want to do iron until he gets up to the 90-ish area anyway. Until he's producing at that level, there's no point in increasing it, I think. How are we doing on food here? They took our food. We're just going to have to be hungry. There's not much to do about it. Make sure nobody has any science books. Good to go. Sell that copper. Buy his iron plates. At least we're not that far from home. And the two, no, Soto's pretty hungry. That's okay, we're close enough. Q. What? I rebuilt a weaponsmith 3. Oh my goodness. That is terrible. And now I can't pick it up. Oh boy. Okay, let's try this again. Weaponsmith 1. My goodness. What a colossal hiccup. Our armor's going to be ready way before our weapons crafter is. He keeps getting interrupted. See, he's at 75. Brecht is at 74. Paladin's cross refitted blade. There we go. We need food. We're running kind of low. We can't send fish out to buy stuff. I have to remember that. So we'll send me. Soto, do you have? You've got the prisoner. We need to get fish to cooking again. No reason to waste a ton of money right this second. We need to check this headgear shop, see what they have. Get everybody to rest. We'll send Sergal to recruit this guy. And of course, we'll start with Dustin. Why not? Why not? We do need to make sure we don't recruit someone with a bounty. That would get ugly quick, I bet. Okay, so this place has some good helmets. We could get the flared helmet. But we still don't have great pants options here. At least now we're decent and wearing pants. And we'll keep Brecht going here. Let's check on Blister Hill, make sure he's still crafting. Yep, we're good. Dustin's resting up. And then we're going to go on another recruiting run, seeing as how this one was so unsuccessful. And then the other thing we'll need to figure out is where else we can get a bunch of ancient science books. I do believe we could go to Flats Lagoon, and then we'll just run those straight up to our pseudo outpost. That would probably be a good way to do that. Let's make sure that our crafters are going to be fully set up before we go. Because all of these iron plates we're dumping on the floor should stick around. And we've got so much money, there's just no reason not to have it. We'll also try and see if we can start just dumping a ton of steel bars and fabric. I know that's crazy that we're just throwing it on the floor, but I think that's what we're looking at. Oh, that's not where I want to be. Yeah, I get it. You don't need to follow me around. Guy's being rude. Empty the copper out. Get rid of the garbage swords. We're going to hang on to the Katoon ones for now, just for training swords for new recruits. But he's all set. Let's make sure Zill's all set. We'll keep them operating. I just wish they weren't so high maintenance to just keep them crafting. And then at Blister Hill, I can legitimately, I've got room to store stuff. If I'm making heavy armor, I'm going to need armor plating and chainmail and fabric. But I will not need any steel or iron plates if I go straight to the iron plate armor plating. I'm buying that. So I'm just going to buy armor plating and start stocking that. We have such a huge amount of money. Although we did dip down buying all that steel and fabric. But we're just going to keep making more. I wonder if people would buy these if we put a public shop counter in here. I don't think they would. I've got mods that are supposed to make it a thing, but so far I haven't had much luck. And I am going to put storage in for the armor plating. I'm not going to just leave it here doing nothing when I have the ability to put it away. What do these need? They need iron plates? Okay. Alright, that should keep him crafting for quite some time. Stacks should be crafting for quite some time. We can actually go out on a recruiting run. I know it takes quite a bit of time just to get that going, but we also have an option to recruit some stronger recruits if we can single out somebody. I'm not above doing that on this playthrough. Brainwashing the powerful and bringing them over to our side would make a lot of sense. I don't want to go too cheesy, I don't think, but maybe some of the ninja guards. Nah, they're probably stronger than I am. That wouldn't be very good. We don't necessarily want them to be stronger than our best guy. That'd be kind of cheese. Yeah, these guys are up way stronger than us. Let's stick to recruiting some bandits for now. And as we get stronger, we'll recruit stronger people. I think that makes sense. Vashnu, you push up and take out that crossbowman. Sergal, you push up and take that one out. We know all too well how effective crossbowmen can be. Not gonna let them just sit there and take free shots. This is also good training for us by doing our recruiting this way. And it makes sense. We're repurposing warriors. We're taking these people who clearly know how to fight and want to fight and showing them a different reason to fight, giving them something better to fight for. Now, I'm pretty sure at least one of these guys was a Sheki, though, right? No? You don't have a med kit. Oh, Dustin. Dusty Dustin, we'll get you a med kit. Ooh, we even scored a dust boss. Interesting. Let's see. I don't really like the armored rags. We're gonna skip that too. There's the Shek. He was over there. We'll leave these boots on him. Gotta remember to leave the boots. We're just double checking we don't accidentally have a Shek. That's why we're bothering to take the time to strip them down. Alright. Easy day. Our numbers are getting larger and larger by the minute. So it's almost 11, but we got started late and we had some interruptions, so I'm going to keep going. And we're also not, I don't think anybody's hungry for lunch yet. If they come and start asking me to make lunch, then I'll have to pop off. But I think everybody's just kind of still full from breakfast. We'll see, though. It'll be good having some weapons waiting on us so we can get these guys at least armed. Fish has been taking care of food for us. Yeah, all those materials are still here. Put in. Talk to him. Call him Boss Tom. Why not? Set him free. What is he? He's a dust bandit. Talk to. We'll call him Bruno. I don't know why. I'm just giving him random names. It would be cool if there was a random name generator. Whoop. Derek. You always gotta have a Derek, right? All their names are gonna start with D from being dust bandits. Let's get you guys to clear out of the way for a second. This is our last prisoner, and he is beat all to heck still. He'll be up soon, though. Let's call this one Trevor. He looks like a Trevor. Set him free. Let's get him a weapon. And then we'll send the 4 of you to go buy armor. Goodness. Well, how convenient is that? It's shoddy, but... Oh, Boss Tom's still catching up. This will just have to do for now. We'll hit the headgear shop. We might start getting our armor made sooner than I thought, just to avoid having to wear actual garbage. We're also not looking very uniform. Some of these guys are wearing some goofy helmets. And none of them are wearing armored pants, like pants that actually have armor. We don't have any spare chainmail. Let's check our food. Probably not going to bother doing a whole bunch of looting. Let's send you guys to go get good bags. But remembering to sell off all those teeth and random pieces of gear is a pain when we're making so much money from copper anyway. And mostly from our armor smithing, obviously. Get rid of all the nasty meat. Boss Tom, you are slow AF. We're going to need to keep up with the food purchases here. short a building material? Weird. Well, now we got way more recruits. Let's go see about getting some chainmail. We've got the money to make some purchases. Let's do it. We're in the 70s. Getting close to 80s in the crafting. That's going to be nice. I just don't want to be wearing these goofy uniforms. I want to get into the good version of our armor. It'd be cool to get us equipped with the Inquisitor armor too, if we could get it to where it shows that color. I'm gonna have to look at. I know I've never really messed with the changing colors before. I'm gonna have to see what I have to do. Okay, who actually needs chainmail? Starting with Dustin. Black and chain shirt. We'll just take whatever we can. I am curious how the crab trousers look. Let's see how they look with the uniform. No more chainmail. That looks super dumb. Okay. So we're not gonna do that. We already know samurai leg plates. Okay. Well, it's unfortunate, but we'll have to use some crap legs for now. The samurai leg plates don't look too out of place, though. We may go with that. There may be some leftover chainmail here, too. I don't think there was, but we'll check. We ended up having to fight the owners of this shop because we were wiping out the thieves, and they sided with the shinobi thieves, so they got. There shouldn't be any thieves left. We did pretty much wipe them out. So we have kind of hit that awkward point where the best thing we could do is just finish off our crafting before we bother to go recruit more people. But I guess we could go out and just start ridding the area of bandits, training ourselves up. That might be the way to go. We need to get ourselves some sleeping bags. That's another thing we could use. Oh, Sergal, you had somebody to take. Oh, man. We forgot to indoctrinate somebody. We missed a whole person. Hmm. Do these guys sell building materials? I don't think they do. Soto, where are you? Soto and Derek are just standing over there. Nope, no such luck. Okay. Looks like it's time to head back home. We missed an entire recruit. Or you know what? We'll just we'll ditch him for now. Ooh, we chopped him up good. Where did those bandits go? That does seem like the best use of our abilities right now, though, is going and either trying to get some more science somehow or wiping out bandits. Sticking with what we have as far as equipment until we can get the good stuff. And we may end up biting the bullet and doing crab armor anyway. We really might, because we won't be able to deal with acid otherwise. I might be able to get modded Holy Nation armor that does acid resistance if I could get that. It kind of affects the balance a little bit, but it'll let us, you know, actually look like holy paladins. Let's see how we do this time. This time we've got the numbers and they're just a bunch of hungry bandits. I wonder what I could do. Oh yeah, we could try. We're still pretty weak though to be dealing with beak things with melee. We're really weak. I would probably want a few more people before I start going that far, but we could hit the way station. They should have some science for us. Nothing good over there. Brecht is still crafting. Zill is still crafting. Excellent. I think I'm gonna. That's what I'll do. Is once we get this science purchased, we'll go ahead and wrap it up with me heading back towards the little tiny research bench post we made, and I'll see if I can find some mods that allow me to have acid resistance on Holy Nation armor, or something like that, and we'll go from there. It's not a whole lot, but it's something. And we're just gonna buy a ration pack for everybody, make sure they stay fed. So we could go. There's another place where we could get some science. There's a way station over here, but we'd have to go through Shek territory, and it would be very dangerous. We'd be better off trying to get to Flats Lagoon than doing that. But beak things are pretty scary. Especially with low toughness, they can pop our limbs off in the worst kind of way. So we'll save it up there. And I will do some research on mods, and we will come back to this Kenshi Holy Nation modded playthrough where we act as the right hand of the Phoenix, building an all-volunteer army to go and destroy the Flotsam Ninjas. I will see you guys this afternoon, and we will get to crafting.